Hi, I've just left Newtonmore and heading towards Kincraig on the Sustrans bike track. This is really the final section of the Speyside Way, and today I'm heading along that final section to a part of the Speyside Way which is known as the Badenoch Way, and there's been quite a lot of work done on it recently, and I'm quite keen to go and have a real look at it. So I'm going to travel today between here, Newtonmore and Kincraig to the old post office coffee shop, and then maybe I'll come back the same way, or I might come back a different way. We'll see how the route takes me. But the important thing is it's a lovely circular route of, I think, about 28 miles or so, and for an old guy like me it's just absolutely ideal for the mountain bike. So catch you later. This is Ruthven Barracks, just outside Kincraig. Originally it was the home of the Commons, John Common of Badenoch, and it's said to have been at one time one of the lairs of the Wolf of Badenoch, Alexander Stewart. After the Battle of Culloden, or around about the time of the Battle of Culloden, the building, the old castle, was used as a barracks for government troops. But after Culloden, fleeing Jacobites came here and burnt it down, and it's kind of been in that state ever since. It's pretty impressive on this big mound, and nobody's really sure whether it's a man-made mound or just a big glacial mound here on the very edge of the Insh marshes. But it's a pretty impressive position. Because of various access issues over the years, it's taken about 30 years to actually complete the Speyside Way, and it's great that this final section into Kincraig, the last part of the Badenoch Way, which makes up part of the Speyside Way, is getting a lot of work done on it just now, and it's going to make a terrific walking route and a great cycling route all the way from the Moray coast at Speyside Bay right up to Newtonmore, and I'm particularly excited because it's creating a really nice mountain biking route from where I live in Newtonmore up through the forests of Insh and the lower Glen Feshie forests to Kincraig, and the Badenoch Way starts at Dalraddy just outside Aviemore and runs to the RSPB hides at Ruthven. So just in a second I'll be getting off the road and getting onto that new section of Badenoch Way.
you. Good morning. I've been coming to this place for years and years. They're called the Lochans and the foot of Glen Feshie. And when I lived in Kincraig a number of years ago, locally we refer to these lochs down here as the rock wood ponds. They're on this big crag here, and there's beautiful pine trees all around with these lovely 3 or 4 kettle hole lochans, and then the whole of Glen Feshie just leading off up to the right there. It's just an absolutely gorgeous spot. Probably the highlight of the Badenoch Way, I think. I'm having a wee chuckle to myself. Clive Freshwater is a friend of mine, and he and his wife Sally built up this Loch Insh water sports centre virtually from nothing. And sadly he died just a few years ago, and the family have put this sort of memorial seat with this nice view up Loch Insh, and it makes me smile because Clive Freshwater is probably the last person who would sit in a seat for any length of time. I can't imagine that Clive would have sat down on his backside for more than 5 minutes at a time. But yeah, nice thought and a lovely view. Well, there you go. I've cycled all the way in from Newtonmore to Kincraig for a coffee at the old post office coffee shop, and it's closed. Well, I suppose everybody deserves a wee holiday now and again, and it is Hogmanay after all. But it's been a great bike ride following the new Badenoch Way, which I think is absolutely fantastic, either for if you're walking or if you're cycling. To here from Newtonmore, it's been about 14.5 miles. You can return the way you came, which gives you quite a good bike ride, off-road bike ride. But I'm going to head back on the minor road that goes through Linhat and Kingussy back to Newtonmore. It's 9 miles, so that'll give me a fairly good ride of about 23, 24 miles, which is quite nice for Hogmanay. So it only remains for me to say now, peace and joy to you for 2020. May it be a great year, and I hope we can have a few more adventures together in the new year. if you don't mind, if you want to subscribe, if you want to find out what what I'll be doing in 2020, press that subscribe button, press that little bell for notifications of new videos, and we'll see you in 2020.